The Washington Commanders, or the Commies as I like to call them, because I'm immature, are a very interesting team, and they have a lot of the problems the Steelers had in my last rebuild, which I will get to in a second, but super quick before we get into today's video. My last few videos haven't been gaining as many likes as usual, so if you enjoyed today's video, let's shoot for 60 likes. Be sure to go down and do that, it takes you like 2 seconds, and while you're down there, be sure to drop a sub as well. Let's see if we can hit 450 subs. Thank you for 420, by the way. Super funny. I'm not immature at all, like I said. But yeah, regardless, thank you for that. 60 likes and 450 subs, and I will be happy. And huge shout out to Carter Schultz for the suggestion. Go drop them a sub. Their link will be in the description. I already dropped them a sub, of course. And if you want to shout out just like that one, comment down below what team I should do next, and you get free subs, so it's a win-win, including myself if you care about that. But again, 60 likes, 450 subs, takes you like 2 seconds. Comment down below what team I should do next, takes you another 2 maybe. Turn on notifications for my channel. All that helps me out more than you could imagine. But enough plugging, let's get into today's video, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Hello everyone, it is Brandon the Simp here, and today we are gonna be rebuilding the Washington Commanders. Now from this point on, would you call like the best 10 players in their team's history the 10 commandments? But I think this team is pretty slept on. Now in the intro, I mentioned a few holes on this team. I think it's pretty apparent what those are. Definitely quarterback. I did love Sam Howell though. I thought he was an absolute steal in the 5th round. Carson Wentz is underrated at this point, but he isn't exactly clutch. Running back, Antonio Gibson is basically still a receiver playing running back. Not great. And then they have another actual receiver playing running back in J.D. McKissick. I do like Brian Robinson a lot, though. I think he'll end up starting this year. Mark my words. Tight end might be a weakness, but I like Bates and Thomas. And then linebacker is kind of a glaring need. I do like Cole Holcomb and Jamin Davis, though. Also, Cameron Curl looks a little bit like Chief Keef. Just a little bit. I mean, in the last one, we had obviously George Pickens, NFL youngboy, and then Anthony Miller, I thought also looked like NBA youngboy, so they have 2 young boys, and now we have Chief Keef on the Commanders. This is just the Steelers rebuild all over again. He doesn't really look like Chief Keef, but a little bit. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. They obviously have studs like Terry McLaurin, Jonathan Allen, I forgot about him, he's really good. Chase Young could be good. Deron Payne, obviously. Kendall Fuller, I think they have rated a little high, but he's still good. They have some players for sure, but they also have some holes, just like your mother for me. Anyways, let's get into the rebuild. I might make some trades year 1, we'll see, but hopefully this team can do well. Okay, so here we're trading Cornelius Lucas, elite name by the way. I think he's actually a good player, but we just don't really need him anymore. Wes Schweitzer, another decent lineman, and Danny Johnson to the Chargers for a 3rd and a 6th this year. So I was expecting to move on from Carson Wentz, but he got a breakout and he got superstar dev. I'm not going to show you what our record is yet, but you'll see it at the midseason in probably like 2 seconds. This is going better than I thought it would. Okay, so at the midseason point, we are 6-1. We were 6-0, but we just dropped that game to the Packers 28-21. We've been doing amazing. I went to stats. God damn it, I always do this. So we've been doing very well. Well, I guess we've had an easy schedule. We beat the Jags, Lions, Eagles, Cowboys. We smoked the Titans. We beat the Bears pretty bad. I didn't realize they had such an easy schedule. I mean, really, the only good teams they play are maybe the Eagles, Cowboys could be good, Titans could be solid. I guess the Lions could be solid. But either way, 6-0 was 6-0, so that's amazing. And then, of course, we dropped a game to the Packers. But I've seen this team with the #1 overall pick, so I will definitely take a good season. And let's see, we have re-signings here. Who is this gonna be? Okay. Some starters in here. Ooh, Carson Wentz. Ooh, okay. Well, let's definitely bring Deron Payne back. He's not super interested. Let's offer him a neutral deal. No long-term commitment, no deal. Okay, so he just wants a longer deal. I'll remember that. Cole Holcomb is interested. We'll offer him neutral, and he does take that. Okay, cool. I always start with neutral just because, I mean, I want to know where to go from there. Unless they're like super interested, I might go a little team-friendly, but still. Carson Wentz, I want to bring him in before he wants more money, so let's offer him a neutral. I need a bigger offer to overcome this team not being a fit for me. Well, we're fucking 6-1. Why do you care about the fit? And we'll worry about the rest of these players later. There are a lot of depth pieces here. We'll see which ones we want to bring back. Okay, so we do make the playoffs in year number 1, winning the division at 11-6. That's actually a really big surprise to me. I thought this was going to be a slow burner, like we'll suck year 1, but year 2 and year 3 would be great, but we're doing amazing. Carson Wentz was solid, 4,600 yards, 34 touchdowns, 13 picks. Not a great completion percentage, but overall good year. Antonio Gibson had 1,200 yards, only 4.0 yards per carry, but not bad. Only 6 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin had 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. Jahan Dotson, the rookie, who I didn't talk about enough, had 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns. I wouldn't have personally made the pick. I would have maybe gone a different receiver, but I do like Jahan Dotson. That's what I'll say about him. I definitely think he could work out here. Logan Thomas had 800 yards and 4 touchdowns. Curtis Samuel had 800 yards and 7 touchdowns. So very good receiving year, 2,000-yard receivers. In terms of blocking, overall very good. Almost an all-castration team member in Chase Roulier, but not quite. Charles Leno was our worst lineman, letting up 11 sacks. And in terms of defense, 2 players with over 100 tackles, Cole Holcomb with 138 and Jamin Davis with 105. Tackles for loss, Chase Young, the fantasy football name, I chase young kids. He is chasing down quarterbacks and running backs apparently with 23 tackles for loss. Weird joke, but you know, he did it. I said it. 18 from Jonathan Allen, 14 from Daron Payne, 13 sacks from Chase Young led the team, 9.5 from Jonathan Allen, 7 from Montez Sweat, only 4.5 from Daron Payne. I expect maybe more in real life, but yeah, definitely more as long as they stay healthy. This is a disgusting group. In terms of interceptions, Chief Keef led the team with 5. That's a very good amount. He had a crazy good year. Khaleke Hudson, who I started, and Jamin Davis each had 2. Cole Holcomb and Bobby McCain, who I think is underrated, each had 1. Yearly awards, who wins MVP? Famous Jameis wins MVP of the 11-6 Saints. Okay, the MILF lover, Zach Wilson up there, not as much as me though, you know what I'm saying. Trevor Lawrence, Jalen Hurts, no Commanders. Cooper Kupp, of course, wins Offensive Player of the Year. No Commanders. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Nick Bosa. Chase Young at number 5. No other Commanders. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jameson Williams. Jahan Dotson at number 2. No. That would be really nice if he could have won that, but either way, at least he's up there. Brian Robinson as our 3rd string back gets up there. Must have gotten some snaps. Romeo Doubs up there. Interesting. Andrew Booth wins Defensive Player of the Year. Did he get injured for the year, or am I crazy? I think he did, or at least injured, so that sucks. That was the main concern of him coming out of college. Hopefully he can stay healthy more in the future. We'll see. He could just end up being one of those Jason Verrett type players that's good but just is never healthy. No Commanders up there. So that was an amazing year 1, but let's see what damage we can do in the playoffs. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot we were in the playoffs for a second. Dax Milne, is he the one who got like cucked by Zach Wilson, or did he cuck Zach? I don't know. Either way though, we're taking on the 11-6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I honestly don't expect to win this because they have a much better overall than us. They're 5 better, but let's see if we can take them down. And we only lose by 3. That was such a winnable game, but it's just year 1. We have 2 more years to win a Super Bowl with this team, so let's get it. Okay, so in the Super Bowl, a team in our division wins it. The Dallas Cowboys beat the LA Chargers 42-21, doubling their score. Yikes. And in terms of re-signings, who do I want back? So Daron Payne, I think, wanted a longer contract. We'll offer him that. Okay, he resigns. Great. Carson Wentz, I don't know if he said what he wanted. I think he just basically called us mid. He was like, or no, he said he wanted a better scheme fit. Well, I don't know what to tell you. He's interested now. We'll keep it neutral. If we can't re-sign him, okay, he does come back. Thank you. I'm not gonna commit to him. Like, if he was super expensive, I wouldn't have re-signed him because I don't trust him, but for that kind of deal, I'm fine with it. And everyone else here can really walk. I'm sure I could find better scheme fits and younger players in free agency. Am I crazy, or would this team be much better as a 3-4? Chase Young and Montez Sweat as the edges, Jonathan Allen and Fedarian Mathis as the defensive ends, and then I guess Daron Payne as the defensive tackle, and then the inside linebackers as Jamin Davis, Cole Holcomb, and then Khaleke Hudson can be the 3rd. Just something to keep in mind in case our defense sucks this year. So we're being a bit conservative in free agency here. By that I mean we're just not going absurdly hard. We're going after after 3 players here: Tremaine Edmonds, Jamel Dean, and David Edwards. 2 players I just got in the last rebuild, but I haven't gotten Tremaine Edmonds yet, and we have a need at linebacker, so I'm definitely excited to see how he plays, assuming we get him. But let's see if we can get any of these players to sign. Did they all sign? Okay, they just straight up all sign. That's a first. I'll definitely take that. Okay, so in the draft, the Patriots have the #1 overall pick. I mean, I don't think they're gonna be great this year, but I don't know if they're gonna be that bad. With the first pick, I have really no idea what to do. This team doesn't really have any needs, surprisingly. So with the first pick, I'm gonna go David Flores out of Tennessee. He's a 6'2", 232-pound, 22-year-old linebacker out of Tennessee, like I said. Ran a 4.52 at the combine, so I mean, he's pretty fast, and 25 reps on the bench, so he's strong as well. I love the A awareness. He has solid play rec. Doesn't look amazing at anything, but looks like he'll be a good backup linebacker. Okay, and he doesn't have a dev trait. He does have good speed, like I expected. He's not as strong as I thought he would be. I thought he would have more like 80, 81, 82, somewhere around there, but either way, looks like hopefully a good player. All right, so the lineman I wanted is gone. I was gonna take him in the first round, even though he was a projected 3rd to 4th round talent player, because he looked so good, but I didn't realize we didn't have a 2nd round pick. What did they do with their 2nd and 3rd round picks? Did they trade those for Carson Wentz? Hold on. Okay, so unless I'm stupid, I think there might be a slight glitch in the game. Again, I'm probably stupid and I just don't remember trading the pick away, but the trade for Carson Wentz was a 3rd round pick if he plays less than 70% of the snaps, and a 2nd round pick if he plays 70% or more of the snaps. It looks like it took both of the picks from us, because we have a 3rd round pick, but it's not our 3rd round pick. Whose 3rd round pick is this? Oh yeah, it's the Chargers, because we traded them a few players for a 3rd and a 6th. Okay, so there is a glitch. They took both of our picks. Well, that's fun. Ew, gross. Okay, I'm very disappointed. I thought I had a good draft because I kind of went on a tear of getting like dev traits, like Marcus Sims, this quarterback, Austin Baker has a dev trait, Lamar Johnson, a tackle, has a dev trait. I thought I got some good overalls because they looked like good players and they had dev traits, but I was very much wrong. David Flores is only a 72 overall. I thought he would be like a 76 or something, just with normal dev, but yeah, no. I can't even pinpoint why he's not all that good. I guess it's just the coverage. I mean, he's fast, he's good at tackling. I don't know, dude. Terrell Frederick, I don't remember if I showed this player, if I showed me picking him. I don't think I did, but he's better than I thought he would be. I just wanted a power rusher because our scheme seems more catered towards that, and he was the best one I saw. So overall, we just kind of filled a lot of depth in this draft. All right, here is a look at the team going into year number 2 of the rebuild, and this team is so much improved just with the pure development. The only change on offense is we added David Edwards, obviously, to play guard, and then on the defense we actually made some pretty big changes, adding Jamel Dean, Tremaine Edmonds, and Nasir Adderley, obviously drafting David Flores, I think his name is. Yeah, David Flores to be our backup middle linebacker, maybe a starter in the future, we'll have to see, but this is a very good looking team. Let's see how we can perform. Okay, so big difference from year 1. We are 2-5 at the midseason point. Let's check out the schedule again. So pretty much the opposite of last year. We didn't win a game until week 4. I mean, we smoked the Jets, but that's not really a surprise. It's the Jet. We've been losing pretty well. I guess we lost one game pretty bad to the Eagles, but other than that, they've been relatively close, I guess. So I don't know. We could turn it around. I doubt it. Let's see what the problem is. I feel like it's probably going to be Carson Wentz. Kind of. Yeah, he has a lot of interceptions. Good amount of touchdowns, or I guess decent amount of touchdowns, but yeah, just way too many interceptions. Antonio Gibson is doing amazing, 5.5 yards per carry. Terry McLaurin is our only receiver doing really well. I feel like doing something fun. Okay, so we are trading Carson Wentz to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a 2nd and a 3rd round pick. I'm probably just gonna cut Donovan Smith. He was purely a cap casualty for them, I guess, because they couldn't afford Carson Wentz. Wentz, but I think a second and a third is pretty good value for Carson Wentz. I know I just re-signed him, but he's not playing very well. He didn't do great last year. I just re-signed him because he got superstar dev. He didn't do very well, and honestly, I fully expect him to probably win MVP with the Bucks, just because their offense is so broken in this game. So I'm gonna try to not be too disappointed when he does. Are you fucking kidding me? I thought that got accepted. I couldn't even see the little gap in the... I feel like this should just go through. Like, trades like this that are that close, they should just go through. Because I genuinely can't even... Like, the only time I see something that small is when I look down. I can't even see that shit, dude. Cool, we're trading Curtis Samuel to the Colts. He's expensive, he needed a contract, and I want to play Dyami Brown, because I like Dyami Brown. But in terms of re-signings here, we actually have quite a few. First one being Kendall Fuller. We'll offer him a 2-year deal here, and he does take it. Cool. Montez Sweat, I definitely do want back. We'll offer him neutral, and he takes that. Perfect. Antonio Gibson is having a very good year. I'll offer him... We'll go player friendly, because even then it's like 6 million, just over 6 million a year. Cool, he takes that. Andrew Norwell, I'll offer neutral, and he even takes that. We're getting all these players back. Cam Curl, though, might be a problem, because he is very not interested. We'll go player friendly, and he takes that. Okay, cool. The rest of these players we'll have to deal with later. What happened? At the end of year number 2, we finished 5-12. I need to check out some of the stats here. Hold on. So, Sam Howell had essentially the exact same year Carson Wentz was having, with 14 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I don't remember how many yards he had, but Sam Howell had 2,700 yards. How many? Let me know down below super quick before I reveal. Get your guesses in. Don't cheat as to how Carson Wentz did this year. But let's reveal it. Okay, honestly, not that good. I'm kind of not mad I traded him, because even in like the best offense in the game, he still threw 21 interceptions, and he didn't have like an absurd amount of touchdown passes. I mean, like, that's how many Kirk Cousins had in real life this year, I think, or close to that, somewhere around there. Like, he had an okay year, just way too many interceptions, so I'm fine with trading him. I'm just not super fine with how Sam Howell played. Also, I don't want to fully call it now, but I feel like this quarterback might have superstar dev, because he's already progressed a few overall, and he has the franchise QB/future starter tag. I don't know if that's something you have with superstar dev or what, but that's very intriguing. Antonio Gibson was very good this year. 1,200 yards, 4.9 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns, big step up. Terry McLaurin had 1,400 yards, only 7 touchdowns, but those yards were very good. Jahan Dotson even had over 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns. I made Dyami Brown a starter on the depth chart, but apparently it just ignored me and started Donovan Peoples-Jones. Logan Thomas had 900 yards, almost 1,000 as a tight end, and 8 touchdowns. In terms of blocking, it was pretty bad. Charles Leno let up 14 sacks, Sam Cosmi with 11, not ideal. We had a lot of tackles. Looks like our defense was on the field a lot. 122 for Cole Holcomb, Kendall Fuller, and Tremaine Edmonds each had 100. In terms of tackles for loss, we also had a lot of those. 17 for Jonathan Allen, 16 from Daron Payne, 14 from Chase Young, and 10 from Cole Holcomb and Montez Sweat. And it looks like we got a lot of pressure this year. Chase Young with 13 sacks led the team. Daron Payne and Montez Sweat each had 9.5. Jonathan Allen with 8. In terms of interceptions, Tremaine Edmonds had 3, which led the team. Cam Curl, aka Chief Keef, had 2. Nasir Adderley had 2. I was gonna say he looks a little bit like Eneli Chapa, but not really. I need to stop with the comparisons. He doesn't really look like him, but I just wanted to force a comparison for both of our safeties. I'm sorry. And then a lot of players had 1. Let's see who won MVP though. It goes to Dak Prescott. I knew it was gonna be a painful one. Yeah, Dak of the 14-3 Cowboys wins MVP. Bill Cosby up there, of course. Teddy Bridgewater, okay. No commies up here. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Christian McCaffrey. Among Us St. Brown up there. TikTok boy on the Cowboys up there. Interesting. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Robert Quinn. I see Chase Young. I Chase Young kids down at number 7. Interesting. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Hunter O'Dowd. That is the whitest name I have ever heard. He is the quarterback of the Seahawks. No commies up there. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Oscar Aguirre. I don't know. Aguirre. I'll say it really white. Maybe that's actually how you say it. I have no idea. I've never seen that last name in my life. Cummings. That's an ugly Super Bowl. Jesus Christ, I was taking a sip of coffee, I almost choked on it. The Browns beat the Bears in the Super Bowl. At least it looks like it was an entertaining one. It was high scoring and close, 33-27. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about either of those teams in the Super Bowl, but fair enough. And let's check out the rest of the re-signings we have. So who do I want back? I guess Joey Sly. I don't think he's very good in real life, but we'll offer him a neutral and he does take it. Okay, cool. I love the new re-signing feature. I know I say that in every video, but it's so much better than what it used to be. Khalil Hudson, he was a starter for the first year, so I'll even go player friendly because that's still pretty cheap. He takes that, cool. And everyone else honestly can walk. And honestly, I like Charles Leno a lot in real life, but here he's been pretty awful for us. He's let up 25 sacks in the last 2 years, and it would save us 12 mil to cut him, so I'm gonna release him. Maybe I'll re-sign him in free agency, but hopefully we're gonna upgrade there. So for the second and final free agency, here are the contracts we are offering out the gate. Antoine Winfield, we're going, I think I went team friendly with him, would be a big upgrade at safety, so hopefully we can get him. Brandon Ayuk will be kind of I guess he would be our second receiver. So it would be him, Terry McLaurin, and Jahan Dotson, obviously. And then Jonah Williams, we're going to try to bring in to replace Charles Leno. Hopefully he plays better. I think I got him in the last rebuild, and I think he did pretty well, so hopefully we can bring him in. But let's see, out of these players, who signs in the first wave. Brandon Ayuk does sign right out the gate, so I'm happy about that. However, we're going to have to up some of these contracts. Okay, so I went neutral with both of those, and now we're firmly in the lead for Jonah Williams and comfortably in the lead for Antoine Winfield. Let's see if they take those, and they both do. Okay, so that's a pretty huge free agency class. Okay, so here we are in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Minnesota Vikings have the #1 overall pick, and I didn't record it, but the way the announcer said the Minnesota Vikings for some reason sounded to me like LeBron James, like the whole meme, like the Bronze Age, like all that shit. Like one of the funniest memes of the past like 5 years or however long, at least in my opinion. For some reason, the way he said the Minnesota Vikings sounded like LeBron James to me. I don't know how. Anyways, I don't ramble too much, you ramble too much. But I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this pick. I don't really know what to do here, so I think I'm just gonna go best player available, and Telvin Ferguson looks insane. I rarely draft receivers in general, especially in the first round, because for some reason, I'm just not good at drafting them early. I mean, later on, it's pretty clear to tell like which ones are the best ones, like either fast or just good at one certain thing. But this dude looks fucking cracked. He's 6'5", 227, 22 years old, left-handed just like me for real out of LSU. He ran a 4.34 and put up 22 reps on the bench and had a 43.6-inch vertical jump. Huh? What's the record? Hold on. Okay, so the record is 46 inches. He is 2.4 inches away from that, which, you know, I relate to 2.4 inches, but definitely not 43.6, let me tell you that. But this dude looks potentially amazing, but I can't really tell. Regardless though, he has amazing medium route catching, release, spec catch, potential for amazing awareness, deep route, short route, ball carrier vision, break tackle, carrying. And I would guess all that stuff is good because, I mean, he's marked as a physical, so I mean he's gonna be a bigger bodied receiver that can break tackles and won't fumble, so I don't know. He has bad injury, maybe that's why he hasn't been taken yet for teams that go by the logic that there can be players injured. I don't know, but let's take him. And he has hidden dev, 99 jumping. That is rare to get a stat that has a 99 that isn't like injury or stamina or something like that. 99 jumping, 95 speed, 72 strength. We have our DK Metcalf, that's safe to say. I think with this pick, I'm going to go with a backup tight end in Greg Green. Not even necessarily a backup because he should get some playing time, but he's 6'4", 267, only 22 years old out of Oklahoma State. Ran a 4.67, which was third for tight ends that are left, and a 4.6 flat at his pro day, which was second, so that's pretty good. I love that A awareness, A short route is good, B medium route, A catching. Looks like he could be a really solid player. And he does have hidden dev. Okay, we're 2 for 2 so far. Oh My God. I think I hit one of the special players. That's a bad sentence out of context. I think I got one of the generational players, or whatever you call him. He has 99 spec catch. Holy shit. He has 299 stats. He had 99 spec catch, 99 jump. Oh my God. Also, I revealed his dev trait for myself on accident. I'm not gonna show you guys though to build suspense, but I think you can take a wild guess as to what it is. Yeah, that's the best player I have ever drafted, I think. Actually, in like Madden 18 when overalls were higher, I guess I drafted, I think in 87 or something like that. But definitely in the more recent games, this is the best player I've ever hit. Craig Green is also no slouch at all. Like 74 overall, number 2 tight end, 85 base catching, 80 catch in traffic, 85 speed. This might be one of the best drafts I've ever had. And then I don't think I showed this, but Eric Sapp, another dev trait, so we hit 3 in a row. Very good zone corner, very good zone corner actually, not a very good man corner. 78 base zone, looks like a very good player. The rest of the draft was whatever. Rich Polk looks like a good player, 71 overall, hidden dev. I did take all these picks down to DJ Portis was my last one. He was a 70 overall projected undrafted player, but he looked too good to pass up, so I took him. Very good run defender. And actually, even moving Damon Harvey, who I thought was a miss, down to defensive end, he goes up to a 68. I drafted a power rusher, obviously, because that's what our scheme caters towards, at least the pass rush linebacker, or not, whatever, the rush defensive ends, whatever the hell you call them. They're power in this scheme, so definitely need some of those. All right, here is a look at the team going into the third and final year of the rebuild. Now, this is quite the team. We're sitting at an 86 overall, 84 offense, 89 defense. The offense is obviously dragged way down by the quarterback. However, I think Sam Howell will outplay his overall. At least I hope so. And then, yeah, Ferguson, what's his first name? Telvin Ferguson, absolute monster. Already almost number 1 receiver level at number 38. Obviously, there are 32 teams in the NFL, so like top 32 would be like number 1 receiver level. So yeah, the dude is a freak. And not to mention, we have Brandon Ayuk, obviously Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, and Diami Brown. Like, this is a stacked receiving core. And then the defense here even. I need to bring Chief Keef back up to a superstar dev. Am I crazy for saying he looks like Chief Keef? Am I just misremembering what Chief Keef looks like? I swear I always have comparisons to him. I don't know why. I compared Javon Kinlaw to like a fat version of him. Yeah, he honestly does look a lot like Chief Keef. I think it's mostly just the hair though, but still close enough. Also, I didn't even take a chance to talk about this. As much as I dislike the Commander's new name, it just sounds corny, those uniforms are sexy. I've seen a lot of people not like them, but I love those. Especially their helmets. They are so nice. Like the flat red with the just nice W on them. I don't know, maybe I'm weird for that, but I really, really like them. Either way though, this is the most stacked defensive line I have ever seen in my life. Let's hope it can play like it this year. It definitely did last year. Let's see if they can repeat. And I am going to start the Sap guy that I started. I wish I recorded it because obviously he's going to start. So that would be cool if he worked out. But I am excited to see how this team does. Let's hope we can do well this year. Alright, so super quick before I reveal how the team did this year. If you have not already, be sure to go down below and drop a like and a sub and turn on notifications for my channel. All 3 things should take you like 5 seconds at most, the amount of time I last with your mother, and it helps me out a ton. And you can unsubscribe and turn off notifications at any time, but it just helps me out a ton if you do that, so I would appreciate it a ton. Again, 60 likes, 450 subs, and I'll make a new video by Monday. But let's take a look at some of the dev traits here. So obviously, if you could have guessed, I would hope you would have guessed, Telvin Ferguson has X Factor, and I got a little award for that or whatever. But yeah, he's an absolute monster. Like I said, very comparable to DK Metcalf. And actually, the tight end, when I upgraded him once, I noticed he got an ability slot, so I realized he had Superstar. So I decided to start him, and of course, I was right. That sounded rude. Of course I was right, but no. Craig Green, I decided to start him at tight end because he has superstar. And then any others on the defense that got revealed, Sap has star unfortunately, and Charles didn't get revealed. I don't even really know who this is, but he might have a superstar. He's up to a 71 already. He was at like a 67. And look at our overall, we're an 89 overall. So you think a team like that would make the playoffs, but then you gotta remember it's EA. We finished 6-11. We were 4-2 at the midseason point. That is on track for 12-5, 11-6, something like that. But we had one hell of a collapse, and I feel like it is probably Sam Howell's fault. No, it really isn't. He was actually good. 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns, 14 picks is a lot, but I mean, you kind of expect that. He's not the best overall. Antonio Gibson was solid, 1,000 yards, 4.4 per carry, 7 touchdowns. 2 1,000-yard receivers, Terry with 1,000 and then 9 touchdowns, and Telvin Ferguson, the rookie, with 1,004 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk got close to 1,000 with 958 and 10 touchdowns, which led the team, and even Craig Green had 800 yards and 5 touchdowns. This is what cost us the season. Sam Cosmi was one of the worst right tackles I've ever had, especially in year 3. If I have a player that performs this bad early on, I replace him immediately, but he was decent in the first 2 years, but this year he just wasn't it. And Jonah Williams also did very poorly. We had 3 players with 100 tackles, which tell me it's not a good thing to have a lot of tackles. It means your offense wasn't on the field much, which means, you know, they were getting stopped early. Either that or they were scoring quick, but clearly that wasn't the case. Cole Holcomb had 144 tackles, Edmonds with 123, Fuller with 113. Tackles for loss, we had a lot. And in terms of sacks, 10.5 from Chase Young, 10 flat from Montez Sweat, 9.5 from Jonathan Allen, and Daron Payne with only 3.5. In terms of picks, it wasn't great. Cole Holcomb and Nazir Adderley each had 2. I don't know how Nazir Adderley led the team as a backup, but okay. And 4 players each had 1. We had the 31st offense. Doesn't surprise me when you're getting sacked that much, in 13th defense. So I guess a bright side of this is you learn which offenses and defenses to not go with. I would say the Commanders' defense might be good, but it also might just be carried by how many good players we had. Definitely would not recommend their offense. Bill Cosby wins MVP. That is interesting. I see him perform terribly sometimes, and then I see him do well. I can't keep track of how he does. Jalen Hurts on the Lions. They went from mid to mid with Jared Goff to him. Tom Brady on the Panthers. This is weird. Justin Herbert on the Steelers. Jimmy Garoppolo on the Eagles. Okay. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Christian McCaffrey. No commies. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald. Also, there was a video of him pulling a Myles Garrett and swinging a Bengals player's helmet at them. So I feel like he needs to be steroid tested or something, or he just has major anger issues. Has he had like a ton of concussions or something? Because I feel like he's a little insane. I mean, I guess you gotta be insane to be that good, but I don't know, dude. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Tyler Hart of the goddamn Vikings. The LeBron Jameses. I don't know, dude. I don't know why I heard that. I'm still confused. Telvin Ferguson at number 2, Craig Green at number 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year, another Viking, DeMar Flowers. Eric Sapp at number 10. So I'm a little disappointed with how this year ended. Obviously, I wish we could have been in the playoffs, but I'm still happy we built a good team. That's more what I'm concerned with anyways, because the simulation is so stupid, I guess. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but just all over the place, basically. It seems like the better team you have, the worse you perform. Also, I am mad curious about this dude's dev trait. Okay, star. I thought he had a good dev trait. Never mind. Okay, and he also has star. Bit of an ADHD moment. I don't know if I have it, but I feel like I do, clearly, based off of that. But either way, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a like, sub, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Super easy for you to do, and it takes you literally 2 seconds. Again, 450 subs, 60 likes by Friday, and I will be a very happy camper. I don't fucking know. And again, of course, be sure to comment down below what team I should rebuild next. If I pick your comment, I will shout you out. I'll drop you a sub. I'll tell everyone else to drop you a sub. It's a win-win-win, I guess. And you know, I always like hearing what you guys have to say about the videos and what you want to see me do and all that fun stuff. It's nice. But thank you all so much for watching today's video. Of course, if you enjoyed it, there's going to be another video recommended right after this on the end screen, so be sure to watch that if you enjoyed it. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Goodbye.